Hello, loves. On a cold night like tonight, what's the best thing and first thing that comes to your mind? Chicken and potato dumpling soup. We've made homemade chicken and potato dumpling soup with the largest potato dough dumplings, so many herbs, so many fresh vegetables, and fresh off the bone chicken. Nothing is better than this, you guys. Stay tuned to come join me as we make homemade chicken and potato dumpling soup. Hello, loves, and welcome to the Red Hares and Daffodils Homestead Kitchen. My name is Kate. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Thank you so much for joining us today. Tonight, we are making herbed chicken and potato dumplings. We are referencing Big Ranch, Big City Cookbook by Lambert's Texas Kitchens. Found this recipe. This book was gifted to me by a friend. Found this recipe, and it sounds absolutely delicious. So I wanted to make tonight for dinner. We're also making a little bit of no-knead bread, but that'll come in the next video. So I'll walk you through how to do that, because that's easy peasy as well. So the first thing that we want to do is you want to get about a 3.5 to 4 pound chicken. You want to go ahead and quarter it up as best as you can. Expose those bones, because we're going to want a nice, healthy, hearty broth to this. And I am going to be referencing my cookbook quite a bit, so just bear with me here just a little bit. I don't want to miss any steps. You know me. I like to stick to my recipes. So we want to go ahead and grab our soup pot, and we're going to add just a little bit of olive oil, and we're going to go ahead and get our mirepoix ready here. What is the mirepoix? The mirepoix is your onion, your celery, and your carrots. I have already done the favor of cutting everything up nice and big. So we've got everything in a bowl here. So you guys didn't have to watch me cut up some veggies, but that's okay. Alrighty, so we've got all that on. We're going to go ahead and throw this onto the stove for just a second, and we're going to get these sweating. We don't want these fully cooked or anything. We just want to sweat them out just a little bit. So I'll be back here in just a sec. Alrighty, loves, we've already got our mirepoix. Just going to pull it off the oven so I can work in front of it with you guys here. We already got our mirepoix sweated out. We're going to go ahead and grab our garlic. I grabbed some garlic, some minced garlic paste to add in, just because the garlic did not look the best. So I'm using what I've got on hand. This is about a teaspoon equals one head of garlic, and we kind of like garlic in this family. So, all righty. I need to use up what was open. So there's that. So we got our garlic in, and now we are going to stack our quartered chicken on top. Got the nice big breast portion of it here. I'm going to make sure that I'm resting all the chicken meat on top of all of the prepared vegetables. And we've got two wings and 2 legs. All that exposed bone is going to give us so much flavor, you guys. Oh my gosh. Once we got all the meat in here, there we go. Make it work for us. Once we got the meat in here, we're going to go ahead and add in 4 cups of chicken stock. I bought a container that is 6 cups. I'm just going to have mine just a little bit soupier than nothing, because I don't know what I'm going to do with the other 2 cups of chicken broth. If this broth does not cover the chicken, which it looks like it is not, we're going to go ahead and top this off with some water, some nice cold water. Clean container here. I don't know how much we'll need, but we will add in as much as we need here. There we go. That's perfect. Alrighty, now we're going to go ahead and season up our stock a little bit. We are going to season the chicken and stock with salt, pepper, bay leaf, and thyme. And then we're going to bring this to a simmer. And then once we bring this to a simmer, we're going to go ahead and throw a lid on it. And then we're just going to let it cook for about an hour. So let's get all of our seasonings in here. Fair amount of salt, not a lot, like some people. I like to season with my heart, but my heart might have cholesterol. So. All right, got one bay leaf. Does anyone else love the smell of bay leaves? I absolutely love the smell of bay leaves. All righty, we're going to put in a half teaspoon of thyme. There's that. And then parsley flakes. Do we need parsley right now? Seasoned chicken with salt, pepper, bay leaf, and thyme. We do not need parsley right now. So I'm just going to set that aside. Alrighty, we are going to go ahead and get this back on the stove. We're going to let it come up to a nice simmer for about 2 minutes. It'll take about 2 minutes. We're going to get the lid on this, and then we're going to let this simmer on the stove for about 1 hour. We're going to go ahead and rice our potatoes right now, and so we can move on to the next step of our recipe. So I've got my ricer loaded up. Just going to gently push it through. I knew I was going to struggle with this part. My wrists aren't so good. I don't have a lot of strength in my hands. Only my other half does this step. Just going to keep adding little bits of potato after little bits of potato. Just bear with me here. I think about one more squeeze and we are good. And these potatoes are still mighty warm, and that's what we want. I am flinging potatoes everywhere. Oh my goodness. I don't mean to. Alrighty. Okay, next up we've already riced up our potatoes, and we want to go ahead and add in just a little bit of vegetable shortening. We're just adding in 1 tablespoon of vegetable shortening. So we're going to add the vegetable shortening to the warm potatoes, and then we're gently going to fold that in to combine. So we need 1 tablespoon. Let's see, 1 tablespoon, yes, 1 tablespoon. Okay. Oh my goodness, sorry about that loud noise. That was Dobby. He's attempting to jump up and help, and he just scared the dickens out of me. So my goodness gracious. Alrighty, I'm going to go ahead and mash this all around, and I'm going to read out loud the next step here, just because this process of making potato dumplings is completely new to me. So in a small bowl, we're going to mix together flour, salt, and baking powder. And then we're going to add in an egg into these mashed potatoes. So we're doing the right steps here. Let me just finish mixing these together. I don't know why. I've always wanted to make stuff like fresh pasta and gnocchi and things like that, and potato dumplings kind of just seemed like a good first step for me here in the kitchen, here in the homestead kitchen. So okay, we got all that mixed in. So now we need 1.5 cups of AP flour, teaspoon of salt, teaspoon of baking powder, and 1 egg. Alrighty, love. Sorry about that. I thought we were recording and we weren't. So that's entirely my fault. We went ahead and added in our salt, baking powder, and 1.5 cups of AP flour into our mashed potato mixture. And we need to incorporate an egg still. And then we're going to go ahead and turn this out onto our surface, onto our work surface here. And we are going to mix this into a nice cohesive dough. So give me just a few minutes here and let's work this in together, and we're learning this all together here. It's okay if a little bit spills out of my bowl because I'm going to be working on the table anyway. So I have never made dumplings in my 40 years of life. I've never made gnocchi. I've never made fresh pasta. These are all things that I can't wait to do with you guys on the homestead, in the homestead kitchen here. Okay, my fingers and hands are washed. Just going to push back my book a little bit, and we're going to get this mixed up a little bit. Try to read my book here just a little bit. And I still have my bench scraper somewhere. I think my other half is going to hand it to me. Thank you, babe. But I'm enjoying making dumplings. It seems like it's an awful lot of flour to try to incorporate in here with not a lot of liquid. But maybe that's just for me to learn and keep mixing. But we've got our chicken in the stock pot going on behind me, and that is turning out absolutely beautifully. The smells of thyme, and I know you're going to roll your eyes at me. I can smell that bay leaf. Oh my gosh, it just smells absolutely delicious. It's permeated the house. Well, this is starting to kind of become cohesive now. So that's a good thing. Just going to keep working it for a few more minutes, and then I believe we're going to be boiling these in with our chicken stock. So this is all working out perfectly. A little bit of dough stuck on my hands. I've never washed my counter as much as I have washed it during today's video. Between the bread that we're working on for the next video that will be with dinner tonight, and our potato dumplings here, my counter is, well, not right now, but my counter is clean. All righty, loves. I think we are almost there. just feels like very stiff mashed potatoes. And when I use my palm and press it out, I don't see any exposed or unincorporated flour. So I think we're there. I think we're there, loves. Okay, we already have our chicken. I've already said that. We already have our chicken pulled from out of the stock pot, and we're letting that cool down a little bit. So give me a minute to clean up the kitchen here and reset. Alrighty, loves, we're going to make our roux next, but first we need to add in 1 cup of heavy whipping cream. Alrighty, next on to our roux. Hello, loves. We're just going to quickly make a roux to go into our chicken stock pot real fast. We're going to take 3 tablespoons of butter, melt that down, add in a 1/4 cup of AP flour, and we're going to take that paste, and then we're going to go ahead and whisk it into our chicken stock. Alrighty, loves, we've got our roux all mixed up and heated up, and we've got it. It's been on the stove for about 2 minutes now. We're trying to cook out some of that flour taste. We're going to go ahead and incorporate it now into our stock pot, and we're going to whisk the heavens out of it. And our stock pot has reduced down quite a bit. So this roux of what basically a roux is just fat and flour mixed together to create a thickener. And what we're going to do is just whisk this roux into, ooh, that steam, I tell you, into our chicken and dumplings mixture. And we're just going to let this simmer for about another 10 minutes. Make sure that flour taste is all cooked out. Alrighty, loves, we got all of our chicken pulled away from all the bones, and we are going to go ahead and add this into our stock pot real fast. Alrighty, now my next favorite step, let's move on to the dumplings. We've got our heavy cream and our roux simmering away in our stock pot, and we are going to go ahead and roll out our dumplings next. We want these dumplings to be about, got floured hands, we want these dumplings to be about 1/4 of an inch in thickness. So I'm just going to use my eyes, use my insight, and use my barrel roller here. And we're just going to roll these out, and then we're going to cut them out into about 1.5 inch thick squares or thereabouts. And then we're going to get them boiling in the stock for a few minutes. Just want to make sure everything is well floured. Just oh so lightly. Don't want to add any more flour than I need to. Alrighty. Grab out a knife. And I'm just going to gently score some triangles here, or not triangles, some squares or rectangles, not triangles. And then we are going to gently drop these into our simmering stock pot just behind me on the stove. And we're going to let these keep cooking for about 5 minutes uncovered. And then we're going to cover the pot and cook them for about another 5 minutes more. So a good 10 minutes. And then we're going to be able to ladle our warm soup into a bowl and eat it all up. So let's join me here in just a second as I get some of these squared up. Since these have a little bit of flour on them, they're not going to really stick together all that much. As I say that, a few of them stick together. So, whoops. But you can still smell the. I'm going to take off my glasses. You can still smell the mashed potatoes in here, and they have a nice firm consistency to them. You can't really pull them apart or anything. So I'm going to go put the first batch into the stock pot here. And just gently swirl them around and start the cooking process here. Alrighty, I will bring you guys back when we're ladling up here in 10 minutes and we're going to get ready to eat. Alrighty, loves, the soup is officially done. I wanted to go ahead and just show you guys all of these potato dumplings that are floating in this beautiful, beautiful chicken broth. I just snuck a little taste of the broth itself, and oh my goodness, the smell of all those, the chicken, the carrots, the celery, that heavy cream that's made it a cream-based soup now. Oh my goodness, everything just smells and tastes absolutely delicious. I really can't wait for you guys to make this soup and for you guys to try it all on your own. So from my heart to yours, hugs and loves, and I can't wait to see you guys on the next video. Bye-bye.